What up, guys? It's your girl, Ms.Burna. I'm back, and tonight we're gonna get into this Diddy trial. Okay, um, he was acquitted of 3 out of 5 charges. I think he's gonna be charged with 2 trafficking charges for transporting these pros from state to state. Being that it's his first time offense, he may be looking at roughly 3 years, little time served. So he already did, he probably did close to a year now. Anyway, am I surprised? No, but I do know Tisa Tells is punching the air right now. 50 Cent punching the air. Murad punching the air. Because they've been working their butt off covering his trials. Shout out to those guys. But like I said, I'm not surprised. It was predicted, oddly enough, a year ago by a psychic named Sloan Bella. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with her content, but she's phenomenal. Go check out on YouTube. But she predicted a year ago, and I'm gonna drop that clip right here so we could check out her prediction.
I don't feel he's gonna go to court ever. I feel it's going to be a continuation of dominoes until he can't take it anymore. And then there is a moving away, both in a physical sense and an energetic sense. But remember, they are shutting his mouth. He cannot speak. So that's coming up on him. Like, that's happening. They're literally, energetically shutting his mouth. So he can't even defend himself. He won't even be able to speak to justify what he did. You know, some people are like, yeah, but she deserved it or he deserved it. That's not even going to happen. He can't say it. They are shutting him down from communicating. The next thing they're going to do is turn our focus this way while he goes that way, and he won't even understand it. So this man is in a whole lot of shit on an energy level, and he's going to understand, and he's still not fully cognitive of what he did. So he himself snaps in and out of like, yeah, that wasn't a good thing to do. I didn't do anything. Like, dude, I paid her. I did this. He snaps in and out of that.
But basically, she said that she initially stated that he probably wouldn't even go to court, that they would just garnish his money and publicly humiliate him, which they did. Said that initially they was going to garnish his assets, and they didn't garnish all, you know. Of course, Cassie got that 30 mil payout, and whoever else got paid under the table. And, you know, still some lawsuits pending, okay? But yeah, let's check out what Sloan had to say about this situation.
Cannot escape the frequency of your actions, even if you escape repercussions on earth. You cannot escape frequency. So no matter what you do or say, no matter how you approach things, you cannot escape what you've done. Like, by him agreeing to pay Cassie off, the others are coming behind until there's a complete and utter takedown of P. Diddy and his 3 right-hand men.
He actually ended up going to court, facing trial, facing the feds. He did, you know, come out on top in the situation. A lesser sentence, a slap on the wrist. But, and you know, that's one thing. That's just how the justice system goes. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. And after hearing a couple of the witnesses on the stand, not so much Cassie, because like I said, Cassie was young, so I feel like manipulation and blackmail was at play in her situation a lot. Hey, my opinion. But as far as Jane Doe, who happens to be allegedly 50 Cent's baby mother, you were a willing participant, not saying that it was okay for this man to put his hands on you, but you knew what you signed up for, all right? Not all money is good money. Definitely not. We're going to check out what the game spitter had to say about this situation. And I agree with him a little in some of the things he said. But he was just basically saying, like, okay, yeah, he gets a slap on the wrist. But what brands what big company is going to want to sponsor him after having his name attached to such nonsense? I know one. I mean, well, I would think it would be smart to sponsor him at this point. And of course, there's Johnson Johnson. I mean, might as well. I mean, he was buying up most of you guys' stock, okay, from state to state. So you might as well give him a sponsor. My opinion again. And I'm no shade, no shade. I'm serious, dead ass, all right? But let's listen to what the Game Spitter had to say about the situation. Then I'm going to play a few clips of celebs reacting to the news of Diddy beating 3 of these charges. So let's check it out.
If you the elite, if you the Illuminati, whatever you want to say, if you believe in conspiracy and all that stuff, if you know Diddy, y'all been working with him, y'all built him, y'all made him, you know what he really in love with. He really in love with the power, the money, the moves he can make. So if y'all then destroyed his name, his image, what corporation, what sponsors, who gonna touch him? It's too much backlash to come with him. Who gonna do a deal with him and do business with him and touch him when they gonna say this and that? Oh, there's so many women that's gonna say, oh, this brand stamping him. Why would Nike stamp Diddy? Why would Adidas? Why would beer companies? Why would cigarette companies? Why would TV sponsorships stamp him? When you gonna have black women, white women saying, y'all doing business with this monster, such and such, and they getting all this backlash, and he did this to these women, he did this to these men, he drugged them, and this because he didn't get found guilty on that, don't mean he didn't do it. We heard the evidence. He did this to Kid Cudi. He did that. So why would a brand? Why would a company?
Yeah. So that's what the Game Spitter had to say in regards to the Diddy trial. Now, here's my thing. A lot of celebs came out to react to the news of Diddy being acquitted, and some of these celebrities ain't said a word, while trial was going on, while this man was fighting for his life, with the exception of Boosie, because he always been, in support of Diddy. After he backslid, because at first he was like, he's a bitch ass nigga for how he put hands and feet on Cassie.
When you saw it, what'd you think?
I thought, man, Diddy, it was so, like, that kind of violence, like kicking somebody and shit, like that kind of violence is like I done had with my significant others, but this like you a man who you had problems with your whole life. Like this some shit. When I saw that, I was like, this dude like this.
So when you go to New York City, you're not going to hook up with P. Diddy anymore, huh?
Hey, that's hell no. And they've been on my ass on that line. I don't even sing it at the show.
I know, because remember.
One minute he sympathized with her, then, all of a sudden he changed. And then I got to wonder, I got to think, why the sudden change in some of these people? Like Kanye, for instance. Just a year ago, you were saying he was the feds,
So much. Y'all already black mirrored me. You already made everybody think I'm crazy. You already took my family away. You already separated all my friends. I don't got no celebrity friends. As far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these niggas. All you fake hard niggas, fuck you. Hold on. Okay. All you fake hard niggas, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck because you can't shoot nobody anyway. And the reason why you got to talk is because you did a deal, you fucking fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to come at me, because part of the deal for you to be able to do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you're going to go pull my co-car. So y'all niggas shut the fuck up about me.
That's why he gets to, I guess that explains too. That's why I say again about the higher powers being involved. This is why he's not getting no time. He's not getting no time because it was a lot of higher ups involved in these shenanigans, and he couldn't go down without taking a couple of them down with him. Hence the Sloan Bella's read where she said that he will be shut up. Yeah, it wasn't just about you talking about it was about you running your mouth about this liquor company first, because you trying to bite the hand that feeds you. You want to go against Master, and Master had to let you know who run the world. You still hear her, as your man Jay-Z say. Well, he say he ain't your friend, but as your road dog used to say, you still hear her.
To say it, I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is.
I mean, Mr. Carter has nothing to do with Mr. Combs' case or Mr. Combs. They knew each other professionally for a number of years, just like in all professions. People know each other. At the music awards, they support each other. If you go to the NBA All-Star game, they support each other. That's just how professions work. There is no closer association between any of them. That's also a matter of fiction.
Beyond yourself, okay? You thought you was bigger than the program, what you signed up for, Diddy. So that's why I don't feel sorry for you or any other sellout. But now that I'm seeing some of these people backslide once, the verdict's in that you're free, or in Kanye case, he was at court. He did go to court to support you one day out of many. But now I'm looking at these people like, okay, did y'all sell out too? Or, what this person got over your head? Because why the sudden change? Things that make you go, See, people can play in y'all face, but they're not gonna play in my face. All right.
So glad Diddy free, bro. The reason is because I'm tired of seeing us black moguls get took down like that, bro. And I'm tired of seeing us black people go against us black moguls like that. And I feel like if Diddy was a white man who done all this shit for people, I know he ain't paid people, but if he done all this shit for hip hop, if he was white, they would have had so many white people out there protesting for this man losing his life behind a relationship, And people always, Boosie was on Diddy's side. Nah, it ain't that. It's because I'm thinking about 7 children. Y'all thinking about one person. I'm thinking about these 7 kids who been in my kid's position. Not knowing if your daddy gonna come home or not is a burden on the child. So all y'all was like, no, I'm thinking about them cheering, man. So man, I'm glad he free, bro. Like I've been said, I don't feel he was guilty of nothing, nothing but domestic violence, But the court spoke, man, and man, I'm happy that dude children, man. I know his feeling right now, bro. I'm just happy for them children, man. So, Diddy, sit your ass down somewhere. That's what you need to do. Grab Stevie J in your chair and get the
Wow, yeah, that's what he said. The man that hired prostitutes for, yeah, that's what he said. That's his thoughts. Okay?
And another thing, where is Jigga Man? Where is Jigga Man? Where is Beyonce? Where is Mary J? Like Kim? Nobody was willing to, take the stand and be a witness for Diddy. He had not one person that could show up and vouch that he was a good guy, that these accusations were false. Where there's smoke, there's fire, So that itself alone speaks volumes. And Jay-Z he probably still acting like, I do not know this man. Okay? Probably gonna still act like that when he come home. So yeah, this probably was definitely a humbling experience for Mr. Love himself. Okay? And I doubt that, because he still gets the whole, some of his assets, because he didn't take all. Unless he get hit with some more lawsuits and, rather just pay these people off than go back into the court system and try to fight it. But yeah, he probably still come back out to the same old ways, probably throw a freak off the first day out, rugs, baby oil, you name it. Hey, they grown, long as, well, he was it was a charge brought up with a child involved, but maybe that kid was paid off. Maybe they was intimidated. I don't know, but they went ghost. So my thing is, these people grown. I don't care about these sex capades. Do I think it's okay to treat people like less than or property because you got a coin? Absolutely not. That's still slavery mentality. And like I said, he learned those traits from Massa. All right. And it goes way deeper, and I could go way deeper, but that's the conversation a lot of y'all not ready to have. Trust me. Lunel, shout out. She the only one that seemed to be logical in this situation, especially in regards to women's rights. Okay. Yeah, because a lot of stuff get brushed up under the rug in regards to women, their bodies, and how they're treated amongst these men. And then two, like about the black moguls are being targeted, this, that, third. I'm gonna look up a definition of mogul. Let me do that and come back. And then I'm gonna show you some black moguls that we don't hear about nonsense like this. You know what I'm saying? They want to take down us black moguls. A mogul is a person who possesses power, great influence, and wealth. Power, great influence, and wealth. You can lead the masses to greatness, or you can lead them to destruction. That man had billions. He could have paid his artists like he was supposed to. They could have put their money together. They could have brought their own liquor brand, liquor companies. But no, he want to blow it on the bag. A white girl. To beat his meat. To some people freaking off. And I don't do that, like I said, do that grants a life sentence? No. Absolutely not. But I don't feel sorry for his shenanigans. Again, whatever happened in the situation, he brought on himself. Like I said, I'm not, people saying he may get 10 years. I'm thinking, like I said, 3, maybe 5. Because it is his first offense. Do I think he learned from the situation? No. He was ready to get that bill to come home and gloat, probably, like I said, antagonize these witnesses. Diddy Bob, see what his kids was doing. And they only so thrilled and happy because, you know, daddy bank account is still open. Justin's music not doing too great. Lil Lightskin one football career is going down the drain because his daddy beat the coach up. Quincy had potential as far as his acting career, but it's all about the power and the assets that daddy holds. Period. And then again, Bootsy, since you're so concerned about the black man being locked away and locked down, what about the black man serving life for your foolishness? That man is surviving off of ramen noodles. Look after his family. Put something on his books anonymously. If it wasn't for his protection, you wouldn't be here. We probably wouldn't know about the books, right? Okay, so it just be the randomness for me. What about that black man? That was a kid. Diddy kid's grown. Some of them pushing 30. With the exception of Little Baby Love, of course. Precious child, by the way. Them kids grown. What about the 16, 17-year-old that got life under your influence? You're so real. The real thing would be to me, whether he spoke on you on the stand, took it back, or whatever, was to make sure the man's straight. Who next? Right? Your quote. Your famous quote, right? Who next? Take care of that man's family. Like I said, God has a sense of humor and God has a way. And even if you don't get that karma or pay your dues in the physical, what about the spiritual realm? What about your health? Your mental? Things that make you go, Ignorant thing I keep hearing people say in regards to this whole Diddy situation is, well, the white man did it. The white man got away with it. That's the problem. That's definitely a problem. If y'all had so much to say about Hugh Hefner and how he ran his bunny ranch, you should have spoke out then. That man is gone. He can't be tried and held accountable for his actions. He's no longer here. And I've seen females come out and speak about the situation. Now, again, he's gone. He's gone. And this happened a lot, and a lot of people don't speak out about it. But Jeffrey Epstein, white man, he didn't get away with it. He was held accountable. He didn't survive, but he definitely was held accountable. That's the case. They need to go back and get all the slave masters from back in the day for how slaves were treated. Right? The real problem is our women have been unprotected many, many years ago, starting back way back when you was whipped into commission and had to look the other way or turn the other cheek while your women were raped, beaten, and groomed then. I agree there. But the people gone. And we were protected then, and we're not being protected now. And this is what we know. And by y'all excusing this behavior or making excuses for this behavior is the problem. In some cases, some scenario, I do believe some of them were willing participants. Hence, like I said, Jane Doe's testimony. She clearly stated, like, okay, yeah, I was offered this and I accepted. But legally, prostitution is still against the law, and prostitutes were hired, again, to do a job that Diddy could have done himself had he not been going off that bag. Like I said, this was more so a humiliation ritual for this young man, more so than justice being served. All right? If you know, you know. And again, shout out to Salone Bella. Make sure you guys go check out her content. Shout out to Tisa Tell. I know you punch in the air. Shout out to my boy 50. Did anybody check on 50? You okay? And Mariah Morel. They all are content creators over on YouTube. I've been following them this whole time while they've been following this case. But yeah, just interesting. Right? So we'll all be waiting on the verdict of how much time Diddy will be receiving. Like I said, I'm ecstatic for him. Yeah, he didn't deserve life. I don't think he deserved life. Not for these crimes, like I'm saying. It was probably way worse stuff that Diddy could have did. And the charity fundraiser he had, where a lot of people lost their lives. Even to the woman catching the stray to her face at the club. You know, a lot of way worse things. But again, he was not on trial for these things. They was more concerned on his bedroom sessions. With that information at hand, and even with the rugging, because it doesn't seem like the rugging was forced. These people had a choice. And I don't see where it was proven that he was spiking any drinks or, you know, rolling up some rugs and, you know, passing it off like it was ganja. So in that sense, yeah, they had a choice. And I don't think that was warranted life. Again, I state that. But does that make Diddy a good person? Hell, no. Still a scumbag. He still ruined a lot of lives and careers. And I stand on that. So, still not a supporter. His characteristics, pineapples, still not a supporter from what was revealed throughout court. Even down to the sexual acts where semen and body fluids were involved. Very satanic, very dark, all right? Do your own research. My thoughts, my opinions on the whole messy ordeal. Feel free to drop your thoughts, your opinions below. Keep it cute because my finger is block happy, okay? What are you guys' thoughts on this whole situation? Do you feel as if justice was served? How much time do you think Diddy will receive? How do you feel in regards to the victims moving forward? Do you think they're safe? Do you think Diddy learned his lesson? Do you think he's been humbled? All right? What about these celebrities? What about your friends? Ciao. Till next time, it's your girl, Ms.Burna. Peace.